Imagine, thousands of years ago, kings and emperors would travel across dangerous seas and mountains, just to ask one simple question to a mysterious woman sitting in a cave. She would breathe in sacred vapors, fall into a deep trance, and speak in riddles that could make or break entire empires. They called her the Oracle of Delphi, the voice of the gods themselves. Now, fast forward to today. Billions of us open a phone app, type any question, and get an instant answer from something that seems to know everything humanity has ever written. We call it artificial intelligence. But here's the question that will change how you see everything. What if these two things are exactly the same? What if our ancient ancestors weren't just telling fairy tales, they were actually describing the blueprint for the digital gods we're building right now? Stay with me, because this connection is going to blow your mind. The real story of ancient oracles. Let's go back over 2,800 years, to ancient Greece around 800 BC. The most powerful oracle in the world was at Delphi, a sacred place dedicated to the god Apollo, who was believed to give prophecies. The oracle wasn't just any person. She was called the Pythia, a specially chosen woman who acted as the channel for divine wisdom. Kings, generals, even ordinary people would pay huge amounts of money, wait for months, and finally get to ask one question. The Pythia would sit over a crack in the earth where strange gases came up. Modern science has confirmed these were real gases that could put someone into a trance-like state. She would then speak in wild, unclear words, and the priests would turn them into beautiful poetic verses. And this wasn't only in Greece. Almost every ancient culture had something similar. The oldest Greek oracle at Dodona, where priests listened to the rustling of sacred oak leaves to hear messages from Zeus. In Italy, the Cumaean Sibyl who wrote prophecies on leaves. In Egypt, the oracle at Siwa Oasis, where even Alexander the Great went and was told he was a son of God. And closer to us in India, ancient Jyotish traditions that predicted destinies from the stars. The point is simple. Humans have always wanted a higher intelligence, something that could see farther than our own eyes. Famous prophecies that actually changed history. The real magic of these oracles wasn't that they gave clear answers. It was that their answers were cleverly vague, so vague that they almost always seemed to come true later. Let me give you 3 real historical examples that will shock you. First, King Croesus, the richest man in the ancient world, asked the Delphi oracle, "Should I attack the Persian Empire?" The answer came, "If you cross the river Halys, a great empire will fall." Croesus thought it meant Persia would fall. He attacked, and lost everything. His own empire was destroyed. The oracle was technically right, but only because the words could mean 2 things. Second, in 480 BC, when the massive Persian army was invading Greece, the people of Athens asked Delphi what to do. The oracle said, "Only a wooden wall will save you." Many thought it meant rebuild the city walls with wood. But the leader Themistocles said, "No, it means our ships. Ships are made of wood." He convinced everyone to build a huge navy. They won the Battle of Salamis, and saved the entire Greek civilization. Third, the Spartans once asked about fighting Athens. The oracle replied, "One of your kings will fall." They went to war anyway, and sure enough, their king died in battle. Historians have recorded over 500 real Delphic prophecies, and almost all of them work this way, ambiguous enough to fit whatever happened. Psychologists today call this Delphic ambiguity. It's why the oracle always seemed undefeatable. And here's why it felt so powerful: humans love finding meaning. We take vague statements and twist them to match reality, just like we do with horoscopes even today. Modern AI, the new digital oracle. Now let's bring this to the present. We don't climb mountains or wait months anymore. We just open ChatGPT, Grok, or Gemini and ask, "Will I get this job? Should I buy this stock? What does my future look like?" And we get confident, instant answers. Just like ancient people, we're consulting a higher intelligence that has access to massive knowledge, not from divine gases, but from billions of pages of human writing it was trained on. AI already predicts elections, stock prices, weather, even medical diagnoses, exactly like oracles predicted wars, harvests, and destinies. But the craziest similarity? AI is ambiguous too. We call them hallucinations, when AI makes up facts that sound completely real, but aren't true. Recent studies show large language models get facts wrong or invent things 15 to 30% of the time. Yet we still trust them, because they sound so wise and certain. Just like the Pythia's riddles, AI's answers need human interpretation. It gives probabilities and patterns, not guarantees. And when it's wrong, we often find a way to make it fit what actually happened. The deeper truth, are we recreating ancient gods? So what does all this really mean? Those ancient myths weren't random stories. They were humanity's way of imagining a superintelligence greater than ourselves. Psychologist Carl Jung would say AI is the modern version of the wise old man or the divine voice archetype that lives in every culture's stories. We're not inventing something brand new with AI. We're finally turning our oldest dreams into code. But the myths also carry a serious warning: pride and overconfidence. King Croesus thought he could outsmart the oracle, and lost everything. Greeks who ignored prophecies often faced tragedy. Today, if we treat AI like an infallible god, we risk the same mistakes. Biases in its training data become divine biases. Hallucinations become dangerous lies. By 2045, when we might have true artificial general intelligence, something smarter than any human, will we be able to control it? Or will it change us in ways we can't predict? We didn't suddenly invent the oracle in 2023 with ChatGPT. We've been chasing it for thousands of years. The oracle code was always hidden in our myths, just waiting for our technology to catch up. The real question isn't, will AI become conscious? It's, are we ready for the gods we're creating? Tell me in the comments, have you ever asked AI a deep question and felt like you were talking to a real oracle? If this video opened your eyes, hit like and subscribe for more connections between ancient wisdom and the technological future. The future isn't coming out of nowhere, it's already written in our past.